Hi. This is a little off the cuff video. Honestly, just something I've been thinking about. Not really scripted. Not really a video I don't think anyone's gonna care about. Um, I'm just really tired of the shit eating epidemic. You know, I feel like, and this maybe it's just me, but I feel like let me know if this is just me, but I feel like people have gotten so used to eating shit that when they get something that's slightly better they just freak out, and I've seen it with a bunch of things. I feel like this has happened with Halo Infinite, for example. Like when that game was releasing, everyone was trying to tell me, I played it and I went, this is just trash. I went, this is awful. And everyone was telling me, no, 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 it's great, it's great, it's great. This is gonna be amazing. This game's gonna pop off. This game is so good, etc., etc. And oh fuck, man, I like it just wasn't like it wasn't Halo. I played it and I said, I mean, it could be a good game, but this isn't Halo. Like I don't care that the sprint doesn't do that much. There's still a sprint. It's not Halo if it has a non-ability sprint. It doesn't play like Halo. It doesn't feel like Halo. It feels too um modern and smooth to be Halo, and that's something that I think a lot of, because FPSs are just in a shit state. Like, if I'm being honest, it's so frustrating. FPSs are just in a shit state. Call of Duty fucking sucks. Valorant is the Riot game. It makes you want to rip your fucking hair out. Like, Riot games are just miserable to play, man. I don't want to touch a Riot game with a 10-foot fucking pole. Like CS, there's nothing wrong with CS. I just personally find it very boring. I just don't find it that interesting. And Apex is just boring. Like Apex is just boring. I mean, it's like it's gotten too balanced. Every game has just gotten too like every FPS has just gotten too corporatized. They're all just too corporatized. They're too balanced and they're too milk toast. There's nothing like crazy good or crazy about them or interesting. And it's like, you think you want that, but then you get a game that's just like perfectly balanced and you can just play however you want and it's just boring because that restriction, that randomization in a battle royale, that was what made you adapt and overcome your struggles and the difficulty of it. And that was part of what made it fun is that every game felt unique and every game felt different because you had to struggle and adapt to make it work. And now it's just you drop in, you loot up a bit, you always get the same weapons that you want, or even if you don't get the weapons you want, every weapon in the game is pretty much just equally as good now. Um, and so you just drop in and get whatever, and then you just rotate like normal. I mean, and it's just like you just like the only randomization is where you drop, but it doesn't really matter that much because loot is pretty much like you're almost guaranteed to get decent loot no matter where you drop because of the gun stations and everything, and because everything's so balanced. There's no gun really that you're gonna pick up off the ground and just be like, oh, this is awful. This gun sucks. Like I have to try and find something else desperately. Which is supposed to be part of battle royale. Like part of the battle royale is supposed to be that RNG element of like, oh shit, I got a terrible weapon, and I need to either rotate over to someone else or just like or adapt to my playstyle. And I'm fine with like the dropping in because I like that not everyone can just drop on the same spot anymore. That is a genuinely good change. Um, and it makes players rotate intelligently and play the game properly and like an actual competitive match, which I like. Um, but I just feel like especially in the FPS genre. And I say this because of the relaunch of Splitgate Arena Reloaded, of Splitgate 2. This is what made me come about it is that they relaunched Splitgate 2, and I'm arguing with people in the Discord because I'm going, this isn't an arena shooter. You have loadouts. You have loadouts in a fucking arena shooter. This is not an arena shooter. Like in arena shooters, you all load in with the same weapon and you fight for power weapons. And you have perks. Everyone has different perks, and you have different weapons and different secondaries. This is not an arena shooter, and I'm like, this isn't it. Like it's not good. I want to play an arena shooter, and they're like, oh, just go play the classic mode. They have a classic mode, but the main ranked mode has the loadouts. And what is you're gonna primarily play the rank mode. That's just how it is. Especially for me, I'm a competitive player. That's what I want to play. I want to play the main rank mode. And this is just it's they're like they're saying they're stepping away from the Call of Dutyfication because I want to play Halo with portals, but it felt like Call of Duty with portals, and now it's like it's kind of Halo, but it's like mainly it's like Halo 4, where it's like Halo 4 was kind of Halo, but it's just Call of Duty with Halo stamped over it. Like it's like a Call of Duty with a Halo filter, and that's what Splitgate Arena Reloaded feels like. Like, yeah, the movement's somewhat smooth and stuff, but like it just feels like they're trying to sell it as Halo with portals, but it feels like Call of Duty with portals, but with a filter slapped on it. It does not feel like Halo with portals. And that's it's frustrating because it felt like it felt like they were going the right direction. Like and they had the right idea and they just didn't change enough. Like you still have different utility you can load in. Everyone should load in with a grenade. Like I mean, if you want to make the argument that you can allow people to have different primaries, sure, but then you need to do something where everyone has the same secondary and the same grenade to start with. Like you cannot allow people to customize their entire kit. It's just that's not an arena shooter playstyle. It does not work in an arena shooter fundamental playstyle. And that's what's going to get boring because what breeds the creativity and the skill development in an arena shooter is the restriction, is the difficulty. And yes, there's still power weapons, and the power weapons still certainly matter, and they're still very good. But it feels a little bit less impactful when I can pick up a loadout and I can put rapid fire and extended mag or extended barrel onto a weapon and just make it so obscenely good. And it it feels like shit eating. Like people are so desperate for something like Halo or Splitgate wise, and I know it's a small community of people. This isn't like a big thing, but I think it's I think people are eating shit, and then they get like a piece of shit that is a little less smelly and a little less nasty, and they just go, oh guys, it's not shit, and it's like no, it's still you're still eating shit. You're just eating a less nasty shit, and it's so frustrating to me to look at because it's happening all over the place, and I guess I kind of had a hope that like Expedition 33 being such a phenomenal game would raise people's standards and would raise people's expectations when it comes to a video game. I guess I just really hoped that that's what we would see is like people would be like, man, this game was so good, and they would remember how good games used to be, man. Like, and that's just how it feels like in the FPS genre. I just feel like there's so little evolution or risk taken. Every single FPS just feels exactly the same, and even in like I mean, and that's why I think people are getting bored of the battle royales too. It's like, yeah, battle royales aren't a problem, but you gotta evolve on it. You gotta add new things. You gotta change things up, and it feels like all the games that do that just don't know what they're doing. Like they lose their identity. I mean, I would even use Super People as an example of this. Like Super People releases, and it's just like instead of pursuing that identity of being like PUBG with Apex abilities, they're pursuing trying to make it slower paced and trying to like add all these new different weird mechanics with armor and stuff. And it's like you don't need to evolve that much. You just need to add one new thing or two new things and just do something a little different. But it's like if you go play Fortnite, you're gonna play third person and you're gonna run around a map and you're gonna be able to get whatever you want and you're gonna have a revive system. And if you go play Apex, you're gonna run around a map and you're gonna be first person and you're gonna have a revive system. It's like they're the same game with slightly different steps, Like okay, Apex is an arena is a hero shooter, and the heroes definitely make some difference, but it's like they're so similar at this point. Like Apex used to have its own identity as this sort of like high mechanic, high difficulty, unique battle royale that had a really high skill ceiling. But you've taken things like Super Glide and you've put them into the game directly as a mechanic, and now it's just something anyone can do, which is kind of cool. But it takes away from the kind of gleam, the glimmer. I don't know the word for it. I guess the style points or whatever that you get from being someone who's capable of doing that, who's put in the practice, who's put in the time to do it, and it just takes away from that ceiling and just lowers it. and they've done so many things in these battle royales and these FPSs to just keep lowering the skill ceiling. And I know it's to appeal to the general public, but it just doesn't feel fun. I want to play an FPS where the skill ceiling is just crazy high. And when I get stomped by someone, I'm like, "Oh my gosh, I want to be that guy. I want to feel like I can achieve that, and not I don't want to feel like every loss is because of a third party, or because I whiffed a shot. Like, I don't want it to all feel like it's aim. I want to run into somebody that does some crazy ass like movement technique or something, and I go, "Oh my god, I want to do that. Like, I want to be that guy." But you never run into that. It's just like all aim, and it just feels boring. I feel like there's nothing interesting going on, and I feel like and I feel like this is happening in a lot of places in the gaming environment, and and it's probably because of the domination of these big companies. But I feel like this has happened with open world games too. Is I feel like every open world game, with the exception of like MMOs. I mean, actually, not even exception of MMOs, but like with the exception of like Cyberpunk. I feel like they're just so boring. Um, and there's just like, I don't know, you just do like everything is just filler, and I realized this because I never loved Skyrim very much. I was never a big Skyrim guy, and I got on Oblivion Remaster when that came out, and it was so much better. Like, it's like Skyrim is just a shadow of everything that Oblivion was, and it made me realize that people are like, it's like another piece of the shit eating formula, like. And I don't know. This is just a little rant off the cuff, no script or anything. And you guys can let me know how you feel. But I just felt like with the release of the Splitgate Arena Reloaded, I feel like it was another example of shit eating, and it's getting very frustrating to me to see the whole gaming and community. All these people who game. It's frustrating to me to see them all just keep eating shit and just encouraging these studios to make shit, because I want to see new things. I want to see interesting things. I want to see evolution, but because people keep eating shit, they keep buying and eating the shit. It just doesn't happen, like. And I know, like, for example, you're never gonna get like, and I think another example of this is Call of Duty Zombies, like, and I was watching a video by a guy on Black Ops 7. He was talking about like how Black Ops 7, the new maps and zombies in Black Ops 7 are some of the top 10 maps he's ever played. And I'm like, this isn't even zombies. What do you mean top 10 zombies maps? These aren't zombies. Like, you have armor, and you have like multi-hits, and you have no perk limit, and it's like you have none of the characteristics that made Call of Duty zombies, man. Like, this is nowhere near zombies, and it's so frustrating to see it where like, I don't think you actually enjoy Black Ops 7 zombies. I think you're just so goddamn thirsty for anything Call of Duty Zombies related at this point, because you've had Black Ops 5, fucking Black Ops 5, you've had Vanguard, you have Black Ops 6, and then you have Black Ops 7 now, and it's like, it's been like 6 years, 7 years since you've had, I mean, maybe even longer than that, but since you've had anything solid, because like Black Ops 4 was the last at all decent zombies experience. And I just feel like it's been so long since people have had a good experience that they're willing to take anything. And I think this is the same thing that happened with Halo Infinite, where people are like, they're so willing to take anything even remotely similar to this experience that they've been yearning for years, that just they'll take something that's just clearly shit, but because they're so used to eating worse shit, that now that they eat a better shit, that it's like, and they just feel like it's good, and it's just not. And it's so frustrating to look at, because I'm like, none of these things are good. Like, why do we keep supporting this? Like, just stop buying it. Stop supporting it. Stop paying for it. I promise you'll survive like a couple years without buying a new fucking Call of Duty Zombies, man. Like, just stop supporting these companies that are feeding you shit. You don't like it. Stop buying it. It's so frustrating. I'm so tired of it. Like, just, can people go 5 minutes without getting a fucking dopamine hit? I mean, holy shit, man. Get off the games, go outside, and do something else. And this is coming from the degenerate that games all day. Is you go outside and do something else besides play the fucking video game. Like, it's so ridiculous. Stop eating the shit. Stop. Please, like, for the sake of all of us and for the sake of the gaming industry, stop eating the shit And I think this goes even further. I think you can look at fucking Marvel Rivals. Like, Marvel Rivals is just Overwatch, but worse. And this is coming from someone who fucking hates Overwatch. I don't enjoy Overwatch. And I played Marvel Rivals and I went, this is Overwatch, but definitively worse in every single way. Like, it is just worse. The balance is worse. The meta is less fun. The maps are way worse designed. Like, everything about this game is just Overwatch, but worse, you know? And people are fucking playing the shit out of it and funding it. And I'm like, Jesus Christ, the shit eating, man. Like, you're never gonna get a good game if you just keep rewarding them for making shit. I don't know. I'm just frustrated. This is just a rant. I don't know. No one probably agrees with me, but stop shit eating. You know, if you don't like a game, don't buy it. You don't have to buy every game that comes out. You don't have to buy the new Call of Duty. You don't have to buy the new fucking skin in Marvel Rivals. Give the devs money if you support them. You know, like if they made a genuinely good product, don't give them money just because they made something good enough to be passable, because everything else is bad. You know, like if they made something that's less shitty than the other shit, don't reward them for making something less shitty than the other shit. Reward them for making a good product. Yeah, that's all. I hope you all have a great day. Thanks for listening to me rant if you made it this far. I doubt anyone will, but if you did, thanks. I'm gonna try and make videos more. Probably just talking, because that's what I'm good at. I've spent too much time trying to like come up with like specific video ideas, and I constantly get ideas that just pop into my head about stuff I can talk about for forever. And I just don't. And I'll probably just do that more. I'll probably just make more just fucking Yasis yapping videos about random shit that bothers me or makes me happy or excited or game I like or whatever. But, yeah. Have a good night. Bye.